It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes. We need to do more.
We great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?
The first ever UIM XCAT World Championship here in Kuwait has delivered all the drama and the action that we could have wished for. Before we head into the second and final Grand Prix here, let's have a little recap of what has happened out there on the water. Pole position qualifying first of all. Full of tight action and even tighter times. Sharjah finished top of the pile with Faz Marine very close behind. And in the race, it was Faz Marine that ended up taking an early lead. But after some mechanical issues, they fell away, allowing Sharjah to replace them in first. But they themselves then suffered from mechanical issues, leaving the door open to championship leaders' victory to claim the first ever win here in Kuwait. In second place in that first race, it was boat number 17, the local team of Kuwait, finishing in second, which was wonderful. And then in third place, 2023 champions Team GB, making a spectacular recovery. Then we moved on to the second qualifying session here in Kuwait. Sharjah once again finishing top of the pile, with Faz Marine again in a close second, with defending champions HPI Fujairah Racing Team in third. But the drama wasn't done, and the action certainly gave us more as we had the XCAT run. Yes, drag racing XCATs, what's not to love? Where we named XCAT, boat number 2, our XCAT champion. Which brings us bang up to date ahead of the second race here in Salmiya in beautiful Kuwait. Let's head over to the pontoon and see how the teams are getting ready for this incredible final race. Is an absolute hive of activity. Behind us we have a pontoon full of XCAT activity, crews, all of the engineers, everybody running around making last minute additions, changes, conversations about tactics before they head out for this second race here in Kuwait. So a couple of things that have come to pass. Looking down the jetty here, well, thankfully, we've got Enerjima are here. They have struggled with mechanical issues. Well, frankly, since the minute we arrived, they've gone out, they've come back in, they've gone out again, and they've come back in again. They have been working tirelessly, as, to be fair, all of the crews do, to get their XCAT out onto the water. So it looks like we're going to have a full contingent of XCATs under what is a remarkably pleasant afternoon sky. So we've got the beautiful calm waters today. That is the big news. It looks like we aren't going to have as choppy a water as we had the other day, but it is because of the lack of wind, resulting in the lack of chop. It is warm, really warm. I am sweating. So imagine what it must be like inside of those XCATs. It is going to be tough, not just on the machinery, but it's also going to be really, really tough on the human beings inside of those XCATs as well. So Sharjah heading out. They are heading out top of the grid, but let's go over and remind ourselves what happened in the second day here in Kuwait. The first day of competition at the Kuwait Grand Prix was full of drama, but as we look ahead to the second day of action here in Kuwait, it's all about finding out who will start the second race in pole position. Let's find out. Qualifying session today consists of half an hour, unlimited laps. See that XCAT wrestling with the waves. Fazmarine are on a flying lap. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Sharjah leading the way. And the checkered flag on qualifying has been waved. We have Sharjah in pole position. Fazmarine in second. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in third. That completes our top three. Green flag up and the third place shootout is on. Victory looked like they caught a march on Faz, but Fazmarine hauling them in. It's going to be a photo finish. Fazmarine looked like they almost got them. That will be a photo finish and confirmation for post-event, I think. Past the red buoy. The green flag is up. This is to decide our Speed Cat champion here in Kuwait. XCAT are in the lead. They have 2 XCAT lengths between themselves and Sharjah. XCAT are sweeping ahead of Sharjah. XCAT on the way, and XCAT are, without a doubt, our 2025 Kuwait Speed Cat champions. So, the race today, the second here in Kuwait, has seen an extension because of the change in our conditions out there. So we're no longer working on storm laps. So we now have 14 total race laps instead of 10. 2 short laps now added, making it 16, including the first lap, making it 50.7 nautical miles. And as I mentioned on the pontoon, wonderfully flat conditions as well, which we absolutely love. And we've got a little reminder of where everybody is starting. Sharjah, top of the pile. Fazmarine so close behind as the green flag for the hatches being closed gets waved. Victory in fourth. They are our championship leaders, chasing down defending champions in third. Team GB in fifth, who finished third in the first race here. Local Team Kuwait in sixth. Second in the first race, of course. Make USA in seventh, with XCAT Victory Team's second boat, which never made it out, and Enerjima as the XCATs head out. And just a reminder that this is a hugely important race in the calendar. After here, we head to the final round, and it is Victory Team going into this race in the lead, but only just 18 or so ahead of Team GB, with Kuwait in third. XCAT slightly further back, and the defending champions HPI Fujairah Racing Team in fifth, being hunted down by Sharjah, who have been unlucky with mechanical issues, otherwise they would be higher up that overall championship table. Enerjima, who are out there on the water. Mate USA scoring well after their maiden cruise during the first race, with Fazmarine, who are looking dangerous, and of course starting second. So the boats are now heading off as they get ready to start that procedure, and there we have a very special guest indeed by the looks of it. We have got royals in the house today. The Crown Prince, the Sheikh here of Kuwait, who has been incredibly generous with his time and hospitality. Had us all round for dinner, actually, a couple of days ago, and I must say, it was one of the highlights of my entire life. The food was fantastic, and he was a very nice chap to talk to, as were his sons. But it is time for the second Grand Prix here in Kuwait as they head into the starting procedure, which looks thusly. The grid split into three as they head off and then converge around that first corner. That first start lap, only 3.9 nautical miles, but probably one of the toughest. We head into 14 race laps, 42 nautical miles of pure adrenaline, and then, just like magic, 2 short laps need to be taken before 70% of the race is completed. And when it is completed, these XCATs will have gone 50.7 nautical miles. An awful lot of mileage going through those Mercury ROS racing engines, but nonetheless, we are here for it. Now, the start procedure can and is on occasion fraught with difficulty. I will say that actually this year all of the flotilla have been very, very well behaved, because they all have to line up in that grid procedure with Sharjah, Faz Marine and HPI Fujairah Racing in the opening gate, Victory, Team GB and Kuwait in the second, Mate USA, Sweccat and Energima in the third. Now in race number 1 we saw Victory Team, who are leading the championship, go from 4th to 1st. We saw Faz Marine go from 2nd to 1st, not without its struggles, as they then had engine failure that got them out of the XCAT Grand Prix, and Sharjah taking the lead. Sharjah, of course, won our opening race of this year's UIM XCAT World Championship, but then had a tumble and an inversion in pole position qualifying 2 in Fujairah, at which point they just struggled to get their XCAT back out on the water for race 2 there. But they've been very strong here, qualified across both sessions in first. They're just a point behind in our qualifying championship. Energima look like they've stalled at the jetty, which is a crying shame if they can't get that XCAT started. All the crews put in so much energy and time, to not be out there is just so painful. But the flotilla are now heading over to the starting line all the way down the coast there in Salmiya, which is where we are, about 20 minutes or so, 6 miles or so outside of Kuwait City itself. This incredible country, absolutely brimming over with maritime history. 30 years we've been waiting to come here for an XCAT, and we're finally here, and my word am I happy to be here, as are the crews. As ever, host nations over generous, particularly with the food. I'm trying to lose weight. So the pace cap will be our signal to start. The green flag is what we're looking for. It'll be everybody in position, throttles down, including the pace cap. A yellow flag will come up. We have yellow flag. So everybody is now looking to get up to pace. Yellow flag, got to hang on tight or that thing will go overboard. They're just getting everybody ready. We have a green flag, and the second Grand Prix here in Kuwait is underway. XCATs everywhere looking for the most competitive line. Look at that top 3 in the left-hand side of your screen, all jostling for position, all arguing for control of the first corner. Victory taking a very wide line. It's HPI Fujairah Racing Team, the defending champions. The boys from Napoli are in the lead. Sharjah in second, but Victory coming in like a possessed torpedo, flying in, getting in behind Sharjah, changing their mind, moving out at the last minute. You don't want to be in choppy, dirty water. They've got to get around those 2 red boys, desperately trying to get in. avoid contact with the boys. Sharjah cementing second. It looks like Victory have grabbed third. Faz Marine look like they are falling behind of Team GB here. Team GB who started in fifth. Kuwait out there on the port side, desperately trying to find a clean line, get back inside the racetrack. But it is Giuseppe and Rosario Schiano di Cola. But we have a red flag. We have a red flag. There has been an incident on the racetrack, and we have had a full stop of the Grand Prix. We'll take details to you as soon as possible. So it looks like we've got emergency boats heading over there at the moment, and an XCAT that is pointing in a direction that it shouldn't be. It's one of the risks of high intensity offshore racing, where unfortunately incidents do occur. They happen on occasion, thankfully, due to the safety procedures, the Bergamo Scuba Angels as well. And the set of safety equipment that are actually inside the XCATs themselves. We have scuba gear in there so that they can continue to breathe even if there is water coming into the cabin. And we're just trying to figure out which of the XCATs are involved in the incident. But first and foremost, we are just waiting for confirmation that the two in the crew have come out unscathed, which thankfully is often the case. But it's never a nice moment as we just wait for confirmation that everybody is fine. So the rest of the flotilla are being brought back to heel by the pace cap. There is a plethora of safety boats, and it's XCAT that are the wrong way up. But it looks like they're both out and on the safety boat as they now look to recover that boat number 2, the champs of the SpeedCat run. But it does look like they've both got out. They were both put onto one of the support boats, which currently is making its way over to us here. As the rest of the XCAT flotilla, as you can see, and it looks like XCAT collided with Kuwait as Kuwait come back into the pontoon with a gaping great hole in the side of their hull. A huge amount of damage to Kuwait here on the pontoon as the safety boat comes in. I can see the crews coming back in, but look at the size of the hole in Kuwait. It is taking on extraordinary amounts of water as crew members from all teams jump on board to try and save it from sinking on the pontoon. I can also just clarify, and I can see Sebastian Groth and Michael Benson in the front of the safety boat. They are fine, which is the main thing. Boats can be repaired. Human beings find it more difficult to be patched back together, and thank goodness that they are okay. Kuwait are taking on an absolute gallon after gallon of water here as XCAT are being pulled away, but Kuwait sinking into the pontoon. They've managed to get the crane rigged up. Erik Sundblad Johansson there on there, one of the other team members jumping on and helping. And now it's just about slowly lifting boat number 17 that will be completely unbalanced due to the amount of water that will be sitting in one of those catamaran hulls. Well, that's an awful lot of drama here. The opening lap delivering quite a bit of drama, but as they try to get Kuwait out of the water, you can see there's all the water's just rushing to the front of that vessel. It's going to be desperately difficult to get that out and desperately difficult to get it back together. That is incredible. But we do have a race to run now that everybody has been passed fit. Again, Michael Benson and Sebastian Groot, I saw them on the safety boat there being unloaded straight to the medical teams. They'll go straight into the ambulance now and they'll be checked over. But the main thing is they are out and they were sat upright. Scary to say the least. So we will start the Kuwait Grand Prix once again. Yellow flag is out. Everybody will form up, minus boat number 17 and boat number 2. That is possibly one of the biggest bits of damage I've ever seen whilst being here and commentating on the championship, but thankfully everybody is fine. And once everybody's back and we've had a chance to calm down, the post-mortem will begin. The main thing is that everybody is fine, just damage to one of the boats. The home team, unfortunately, and they'll figure out how they're going to get that out of the water, but they do have 14 laps and 2 short laps to decide, plus a new opening lap. It's happened on the opening lap. That will be the smelling salts for everybody just to sit up and pay attention. This is a dangerous sport. But we start again. HPI Fujera Racing Team, who did start quite well in third and then ended up taking a lead of the race, they will have lost that, which will be mightily frustrating. So we will await the yellow flag to be swapped for a green one. We're still under yellow flag conditions here. The flotilla flitting in. Pacecat is the one that we want. HPI coming alongside, being told to cool their jets by Pasquale, our operations director, but it looks like we've decided to abandon this start. And there you can just see what a collision does to these very, very light boats. Carbon fibre. But they've obviously managed to decant some of the water that was piling itself in. I'm not sure if that's going to be a patch job and they'll be back for Dubai, or maybe this will put pay and they'll need a new hull. So we will have another lap in preparation. Well, how about that, folks? I was only saying at the beginning of the first Grand Prix here in Kuwait how clean every start had been for quite a few rounds and how well behaved everybody was. Sometimes these things happen. There is such a thing as a no-fault incident. It's very hard when you're in an XCAT to see what is directly beside you or even really in front of you. The way you're sat, you can only really see kind of up. So you're almost navigating by the stars. So the officials will lead the remaining XCAT crews around the course. We abandoned the start, or the restart, and we will try and try again. One start lap, 14 regular laps and 2 short laps that need to be taken, and they might amend the length of this race dependent on a number of factors, up to and excluding the light. Sun goes down at around about 4:30 here, 4:45, so can't race in the dark. And we're still under yellow flag conditions here. Pace cat there, XCAT number 1. Just leading our crews around this Kuwaiti circuit. The circuit itself has actually been a little bit tricky. We've never raced here before, we've never qualified here before, we've never run a Speed Cat Challenge here before, and so with all that in mind, none of the crews, none of us anywhere really, knew what the conditions were going to be like. Well, there were a few telltale signs before the championship started as we turned up in the build-up. It was very, very windy in the evenings and in the early morning and mid-morning, and then dying off at around about this time, maybe slightly earlier every day. And the result being quite a swell. It's the second XCAT we've seen go over since we've been here, the first being Team GB. Everybody thankfully crawling out of that one without much to do. Now this looks like a promising round of the boy, and they'll line up again. Of course, we're also having to just make sure that all of the safety boats and crews are back in position. Their job isn't done until the checkered flag flies. And so everybody in position. You can see there we're missing 2. Team GB being shuttled back out. Yellow flag denoting that everybody is to fall in line behind the cat of pacings. Remember, Shadja started this race on pole. Faz Marine in second, HPI Fujero Racing Team in third. We got halfway around the first lap, at which point HPI had taken the lead. And we're waiting for confirmation. I can see that they look in good order. But I think we're going to abandon this one as well. Try and get understanding as to why we are abandoning these. It could be, as I say, getting safety crews in place. But we are still under safety boat conditions here. So they're still leading them round in a parade as it stands. We are just waiting for elements to be confirmed. It's never easy when there's a big crash like the one we've seen here today. All the management team, the safety crews, they all need to be absolutely convinced that the right thing to do is to restart the race. And we won't do that until we know what is happening. Yellow flag still continuing, but we've got people standing on the pace cat. We've also got people standing on the shoreline. Some are sitting, clearly. Hello, sir. It's great. The locals have been coming out in droves over the last few days to see just what all the commotion is about. We've got wonderful grandstands set up all down the coast here in Salmiya, and people have been watching practice and qualifying, and of course the races that we've had as well. And it's wonderful. It's completely free to watch it if you're along the coast. And then of course XCAT do have the hospitality option as well, which is also absolutely rammed to the rafters, which is lovely to see, because this is what we want. But what we really want is some racing now, but safety is paramount. They'll just be waiting for the last remaining safety elements to be confirmed before they give us hot racing. So as we came into this championship round, the second Grand Prix here in Kuwait, it was victory leading Great Britain, Team GB, by 18 points. There is 105 maximum points left on offer between the Grand Prix today and the two remaining races that we have in just a couple of weeks' time in Dubai, the traditional curtain closer of the UIM XCAT World Championship. We start in the Emirates, in the Emirate of Fujairah, and we tend to finish in Dubai. And between the three Grand Prix that we still have to decide is 105 points. No one is home and hosed, but you can see there they're in a line. This tends to be the starting procedure. Pasquale turning around, looking, race controller. Everybody looking like it could be the one we've been waiting for. It's still yellow flag. I think we've gone past the point of no return on this particular lap. It doesn't look like we're going to get a start on this one. And this is where it gets really complicated with boats missing and out of position. They're having to, on the fly, figure out where they're meant to be as they lead the procession round once again. So as I was saying, we've got victory with 100 points. Team GB with 82 and then Kuwait with 66, but as we have seen, they are not going to add to that tally today, with the Kuwait boat being at odds with its own hull, I'm afraid. So they will undoubtedly lose third place. In fourth place coming into this race was XCAT on 44 points, and they again will not be adding to their tally today, which gives HPI Fujairah Racing, who came into this in fifth with 41 points, a huge chance to declare that they are back in the running. The last couple of years, the championship has gone down to the final Grand Prix. Mathematically, 3 teams have gone into every single final weekend at least, with a chance mathematically of walking away with the World Championship title. The 2024 UIM XCAT World Championship was taken by HPI Fujairah Racing Team, but it was XCAT that led that season for vast chunks of it. HPI having a very strong European leg, but it is all about consistency. And the year before, 2023, it was Team GB crown champions in Dubai. Again, down to the final races of the year. But it's all about the here and now. It's all about 2025. The title will not be won today, unlikely, but we will start to see the main protagonists of the XCAT rom-com as we head into the next and final rounds in Dubai. But we still have the little matter of this Grand Prix, as the Kuwaiti team, boat number 17, Rahid, are just trying to start the early process of understanding what has happened and why it's happened to their XCAT. Latif there, just leading conversation. Team managers just trying to figure out what happened as the crews line up for another run at a start here. Trying to figure it out. But all will be uncovered as we go through the footage when we get back. But now we have to crown a winner. And it's another lap under yellow flag conditions. There you can see they're looking at the onboard screens, and here you can see this is very meta, isn't it? Bosh. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. XCAT launching into the side of Kuwait there. I'm not judge or jury, but that looks pretty resounding. I think there'll be a conversation, but it's very hard to see in everyone's in everyone's defence. There you go. We were filming a phone with the onboard on. That's technology, baby. That's how it works. I think everybody's lucky to get out of that relatively unscathed. So that was pretty decisive, and we've also just seen a replay of the of the flip itself. So everybody lucky to get out of that in one piece. So there we go. Drama continuing to unfold here in Kuwait. And they continue just behind that pace cat. Maybe this will be the lap that delivers our start. You never one for attention, but it is all about that pace cat now. Normally we're talking about the other cats in the fleet, but we're talking about that one now. That's the most important XCAT out there right now. That's the one that's going to decide when we go racing. That's the one that holds our Kuwait Grand Prix fate at the end of a flagpole. I have never been more invested in the colour green than I am today. Everybody at home wants a green flag. The Pace Cat crew, I'm sure they want a green flag. I wouldn't mind a green flag either, to be honest. But I can see from my commentary position that we're going to stick with the yellow. So UIM official holding that yellow flag. And I imagine their arms are getting very, very tired. And round we go. So I make it, we've had about 5 laps under the yellow flag. Of course, what that does allow us to do is really take in just the majesty of this beautiful place that we've been calling home for the last 5 or so days. We're in Salmiya, about 20 minutes south of Kuwait City. You've got a wonderful view of Kuwait City from where we are. Not on this angle, admittedly, but it does exist. And there you can see Salmiya, where we have been staying. We're right on the coast, right in the action. In fact, from my hotel window on the 16th floor of the Symphony Style Hotel, which is just off screen on the right hand side, I can see the whole XCAT racecourse. So next year, as long as we come back here, and I hope to, all the decision makers that we do, because it's been fantastic, book a book a sea-facing view up high at the Symphony would be my recommendation, because you can see everything from there and you can have room service to boot. And I'm lucky enough that when I travel I get to stay in these beautiful places, and at the Symphony style hotel they gave me what could only be described as a penthouse. I have a whole front room and 2 bathrooms, which feels like overkill, but after a long day at XCAT it is wonderful, and all it does, it is testament to the hospitality in this beautiful country. And we're just going to wait for another pass at this green flag run. I've got the director of the program in my ear just informing me that this could be the one. So they're lining up. They actually do look like they're lining up for a strong run here. You can see they're in a line behind the pace cat. We've got yellow flag, but we want that to be green, as they do look like they're in a rather start-like fixture. Remember, we've still got those 3 gates, even though we are down 2 XCATs. And it looks like we might have action here. And we have... It looks like we might have had the go, because everybody is going, and we do have confirmation of the green flag on the screen in front of me. It will update for you at home, I promise. There we go. As we have racing back on the waters of Kuwait, boat number 9 of Sharjah, Sean Tarenti, Mikhail Kitashev. They've been pole twice here, and now it's all about converting that into a win. They've gotten through the first gate unscathed and in first place. You can just see the surrounding fans and support crew. Mate USA just ringing up the rear, just waiting for their chance to pounce, but it is Sean and Mikhail, boat number 9. We know that it's quick. They've qualified first the last 2 qualifying sessions here in Kuwait, and they were well on their way to a podium, if not a win, before their engine malfunction. Spectacular, I must say, in the first race. Now it's about a battle of the mind, a battle of the wits, as well as a battle with the elements, as they look to get back into the zone after that very long yellow flag session. The victory team looking on. They don't need to win here. They just need to point, score, and get away more than, if they can, Team GB. That's one of the battles that we see now. It's at this stage in the championship season that it starts to become a game of chess as well as checkers. Sharjah hanging on to the lead of this opening lap. We've restarted. Victory, our championship leaders, our first winners in Kuwait, but they are being hunted down by Team GB. Team GB, for their championship hopes to stay alive, need to finish ahead of Victory. Or even better, they need Victory not to finish at all. That's the reality of the competition that they find themselves in. Here we go. Defending champions HPI Fujera Racing there, keeping a keen eye. But I must say that boat number 9 is looking rather well put together. Bearing in mind they had to reconstruct that starboard engine. It was not as easy as it looked. Ragesh, their team manager of boat number 3, Faz Marine. Extraordinarily experienced in the world of powerboating. If I ever have a question about anything, frankly, I'll just go to him. Sharjah out in front. Sharjah, who hail from one of the 7 Emirates. Sharjah, that is nestled just next door to Dubai. It's actually a wonderful place to visit if you get the chance. But right now they're not interested about the tourist board, they're interested about the win. And it is going to be very tough for those XCAT crews. I'm in a commentary booth and it's warm enough. Inside of that cockpit, it is going to be stratospherically warm. It is not somewhere they'll want to be. And just looking at the delay was for them to remove Swecat from the race course, so that makes sense. Sharjah being hunted by Victory. Victory in the crosshairs of Team GB. Team GB desperate to haul them in, but let's not write off Faz Marine here. Faz Marine are quick as you like at the moment. But I can tell you who is quick. Boat number 9. Boat number 9 are posting qualifyingly quick times. That should be a message to everybody watching, that they are posting 2:18s. This is incredible time from them, but they've got open water in front of them. They're just fully focused on what's in front of them now. They are cornering wonderfully, actually. The circuit looks very, very clean. The swells and the surf that we've experienced here in the last few days has been nothing short of pretty dicey, to be honest. And actually you can see here that the wind has died right off, and that is reflected in just the heat. We're end of November here in Kuwait, but it's still a strong 27 degrees. A far cry from some of where these teams hail from in Europe. But Sharjah as a team, out of the UAE, out of Sharjah, they know what they're about. And Sharjah are running their short lap. That'll scrub out time there. Victory running short lap as well. And there we see the stricken Swecat. Damage to the front of that hull. And Sharjah having completed their short lap. That scrubs the best part of 30 seconds off of a lap time. Victory as well, completing their first short lap. To give you an idea, boat number 9 on your screen right now, that's a 1:51.8 with a short lap. And a 1:53.7 for Victory's short lap, both completed in lap number 3 of this second Grand Prix. And we've got Sharjah in first, Victory in second. We've got HPI Fujairah Racing Team in third, Team GB in fourth, Faz Marine in fifth, and Mate USA in sixth. But I'm struggling to see them out there on the course at the moment. I wonder if they've had a mishap somewhere and have needed to limp back in. I'll get you up to date on that as soon as I can, but I think they might have decided that enough is enough. There's a haze coming in from the Gulf. Sharjah running their second short lap now. There you can see they just trip around that white buoy cuts off quite a bit of time and distance. 30 seconds or so, so that's a minute. And Victory are following suit. It's all about the undercut. But Sharjah holding all the cards at the moment because they are in the lead. And so they can decide when they take their short or long laps. Mate USA back. I can see them now. They have just been lapped by Sharjah. Sharjah there. HPI Fujairah running the short lap on this lap. But the team at Sharjah, hugely experienced both on and off the water. Running really well. They've stayed up super late last night. Super late the night before, especially to get that Mercury ROS racing engine back into fine fettle. And I'll tell you what, whatever those boys and girls did back at Sharjah HQ in the paddock, it really worked because they finished on pole again. And here they are leading an XCAT race again. Victory nearly meeting with mate USA as they lap them there. Victory are leading our championship at 100 points, 18 ahead of Team GB. As Team GB slip to 5th. Looking to haul Fazza in. They're not miles away from Faz Marine. They're just a second or so behind Faz Marine. It's doable. Here we are at the top end, coming round back towards the bay. Sharjah there. Mikhail Kitashev and Sean Tarenti in that XCAT. Sean Tarenti, of course, a hugely accomplished sailor in many guises, up to and including XCAT hit over the years, but also in disciplines all over the world. Well worth following on social media if that's your thing. Follow him around on his adventures. I'm a fan. So boat number 7 there, Victory, Salim El Adidi, Isa Al Ali, the winners of the first ever Grand Prix here in Kuwait, leading our championship, winners in 2018. Fujairah's running their short lap in lap number 5, so they've twisted some time off there. 1:52 their latest lap, not bad at all. Just have Team GB running a short lap now. Now they're going to start hauling Faz Marine in. They might even haul Victory Team in here because Victory Team, have they got 30 seconds on them? Meanwhile, Sharjah are off down the canal here. They're flying. Race winners in the opening race of this championship. 35 points on offer to the winner here. They might not finish first overall in the championship, but they could, well, disrupt the podium, and that's what we're looking at now, down the barrel. Team GB have jumped ahead of Faz Marine. They are now 45 seconds behind Victory with a short lap still to take. Faz Marine also with a short lap to take. Everybody else has taken their short lap. They're still out there on the water. HPI Fujairah Racing Team there talking about what to do. There's his boys in there, the world champions. There they are. The Fratellis from Napoli. That's about as far as my Italian goes. And they know what it takes to win. They came from behind in the World Championship in 2024. They are superstars in Italy and around the world. They live their life on water. Team GB are running their short lap now, as are mate USA. Team GB might have pulled a blinder here. If they can really pace down, they might be able to gap into the 10 seconds of Victory team here. Victory team just doing what they need to do. And that looks like we have a problem. Who is that limping out of the race? It's Sharjah. It's our race leaders. Sharjah have lost their outboard. That looks like a full engine failure once again. They were pushing and pushing and pushing. But what an absolute crying shame. They were home and hosed. They were away up the road. Sean Torrenti and Mikhail Kitashev. What a shame. Oh, they were in the lead. That is gut-wrenching. Gut-wrenching. What do that crew need to do to take a win here? Qualified first in both of our qualifying sessions here in Kuwait. Yet here we are once again seeing them limp back to port. I am devastated for them. That is not what their hard work and talent deserves. But that's XCAT racing. That is what happens, I'm afraid. You work day and night, and it is a roll of the dice on occasion. Sometimes no matter what you do or how talented you are, it just doesn't go your way. But that is an advantage now for Team GB. Team GB will jump to third. Scott Williams and Martin Campbell. They might be camera shy, but they're certainly not race shy. The Wirral Wanderers, the Wonder Kids from the Wirral. They are absolutely flying here, and you can see it's getting choppy around the back there actually. I wonder if we've had a slight change of wind direction, because there is a hazy fog coming in from the east now as Mate USA run their short lap. Team GB are just 13 seconds behind Victory here. And whilst all this has been going on, Fujairah Racing Team have taken the lead as Sharjah dismount from their XCAT, looking understandably disappointed. Understandably disappointed. Mikhail Kitashev there looking unhappy as Sean speaks to Swekat. Sean Torrenti there from the USA. Believe he resides in Florida. Just having a chat, making sure everybody's okay, no doubt. He's a tough competitor, but a fair one. And he'll be chatting about just what's been happening. But meanwhile, out on the water, we've got Team GB looking to cut the gap between themselves and Victory. So we've got HPI Fujairah Racing Team in first, Victory, boat number 7, in second, our winners from the first Grand Prix here. Team GB, who finished third in the first race here, are currently running third again in this second Grand Prix. Faz Marine in fourth. Let's hope they finish the Grand Prix here. They have shown real promise and real performance here. They are in fourth, and in fifth, Mate USA. Getting on with business as Sharjah duck out due to a mechanical failure, we assume. But it did look like the starboard Mercury RIS engine was not doing what it was being asked of. Team GB's crew there, Maria, team manager, looking on. Fujairah though, woo, boat number 96 looking absolutely tasty. Flying on, Rosario, I'll say that again, Rosario and Giuseppe Schiano di Cola in the lead of this Grand Prix here in Kuwait. Absolutely flying. These lads are no strangers to winning. They've had to overcome adversity over the last few rounds. They've just been building. A little nod to Rosario on the pontoon, and I was like, how you feeling? He said, yeah, maybe. I went, you going to do well today? He went, maybe. And a man of few words, but when he speaks, you listen. And right now they're doing their talking out there on the water. HPI Fujairah Racing Team absolutely flying. We're 9 laps in, by the way, so we still have a fair amount of distance to go. We are just over half race distance. So much more can happen. We've seen that already. We've had Kuwait, which looked like it had been hit by a torpedo. Sweat upside down, the crew thankfully safe and well. And Sharjah, who were leading the way, retiring as well. So I would be remiss to talk about any further results before they are in front of us and cast iron. Gianpaolo Montevocchi and Alberto Hubert, a new pairing here today in boat number 16 in Make USA. Over the last few weeks and days, they have been working their way towards being part of this championship. Gianpaolo, a super accomplished racer in his own right, as is Alberto. And Mr. Hubert was a test pilot a few years ago in the XCAT and now has himself a ride. And they've been growing in confidence, they've been growing in stature, they've been getting to know each other better, getting to know the XCAT that they have better, and their striking livery means that you can pretty much see them from space as the sun reflects off that luminous Mate USA. Go Faz. I don't know who he supports. I wonder if he could be clearer. Part of Faz Marine. Fair play. Fair play. To come ready with a pen that big. Fair play, sir. Back to the action, Mate USA. Flying here, currently sat in 5th. They've been really, really consistent over the last few days. And actually, when you talk about what builds momentum, what builds performance, and what builds ultimately towards wins and championship wins, it is consistency. It's part of racing all over the world, but the XCAT community is just about keeping your XCAT on the water, keeping them going, keeping everything aggressive. Looks like we've got a penalty going to Team GB, which would explain why they're in the position they're in. Not sure what that's about, but we will find out post-race, no doubt. And if you do want to find out more post-race, then I urge you to follow the official UIM XCAT World Championships social media pages and tune in to your favourite offshore channels to keep up to date with what's going on, as we are on board here with Faz Marine, boat number 3, chasing Team GB for a podium here. Faz Marine hull, Faz Marine emblazoned on the side. And we've just been told that boat number 16 has been disqualified for bouncing through a buoy, but we'll come back to that. Faz Marine there. They've taken this weekend by the scruff of the neck. Arif Al-Safain and Francis Nocella. It is a Dubai-Belgian combo in there. Belgium, of course, brilliant seafaring nation, wonderful part of the world, wonderful places by the sea, too many to mention. I love Belgium, special place in my heart. Got engaged in Belgium, and always something that I love to see as Francis Nocella fires round this course with Arif. What a crew. And what a performance this weekend from the whole crew there, actually. They've been very competitive. That is a boat that is going to keep on getting stronger, I fear, for the rest of the pack. But that's what we want. We want every single XCAT to be frighteningly competitive. Ragesh watching on. Faz running a short lap. He might have played a blinder here. He might have played an absolute blinder. They're in fourth at the moment, but the short lap will rub about 30 seconds off the lap. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. We're 11 laps in. We're 11 laps in. We've got 5 to go. Wowza, 158 through there. Fair play. Fair play. The hunt is on. The hunt is on. They're a minute back. They're a minute back from Team GB, but you never know. You never know in this game. Yeah, talking away, HPI Fugera. Papaschiano di Cola. Talking away to Rosario and Giuseppe. This is epic. We've been on the go for nearly an hour now. Had a very long break because of that clash of XCATs. It's so hard sometimes just to tell how fast everyone's going. It's the camera angle doing Fazmarine dirty there. They are powering along. So, just to get you bang up to date as to where everybody is. In first position, HPI Fugera Racing Team, boat number 96, defending champions, and the sailors from Napoli. They are about to head through for the penultimate lap. We did add those laps under yellow flag. They've just got to stay true. They will win. Victory Team in second position as it stands. Team GB are currently in third. They will podium and keep the pressure on Victory. It's not the worst result in the world for them, but it is an uphill struggle now. Fazmarine will come through behind with Mate USA in fifth. But the penultimate lap is being run. The penultimate lap is being contested. The next flag that we see that we are interested in, it will be the checkered flag. It will be the winner's flag. That is what we're interested in now. And it will be, unless something goes drastically wrong in the final few corners, that flag will belong to HPI Fugera Racing Team. Team GB on board at the moment, running in third. Here we go. They are swapping the flags round. They've got to get round the back marker of Mate USA as well. Team GB, not over till it's over. They're actually tightened up quite a bit now, the pack. They're all bunching up here. It will be a closer finish than I think HPI Fugera Racing Team would want. And we're right next to the team managers here, and I bet if HPI Fugera Racing Team win this, we'll hear the team celebrating through my microphone, let alone anything else. Here we go. And it looks like back marker passed by Victory. The checkered flag is being raised. It's being waved. And we have HPI Fugera Racing Team, boat number 96, are our second winner here in Kuwait. The happiness is overflowing. Victory Team in second, with Team GB agonisingly close in third. What an absolute race of ages. Defending champions, HPI Fugera Racing Team, get off the mark in this 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship season. His boys done good. Your boys done good. Yes! Congratulations to the defending champions. That was an absolute belter of Yes, celebrate. HPI Fujairah Racing Team. And Fujairah will be happy. As will Naples. They're winning for Fujairah, they're winning for their family, they're winning for Italy. They're winning to try and keep that championship in Italy, as the kiss looks like Giuseppe. He's going over to hug his brother Rosario. Congratulations all round, as the top 6 are confirmed. Well, Fujairah Racing Team there are deserved winners. Victory Team in 2nd, Team GB in 3rd, Faz Marine in 4th, Make USA in 5th, and retirements from Sharjah, XCAT, Kuwait, and Energima managed to get off of the pontoon, but instantly had to turn around and come back. Gutted for them as well. Really want to see all the teams do well, but they were so close to being out there. But it's all about the winners. That is a long time coming for Rosario and Giuseppe. They work tirelessly. They spend their whole life on the water. When they're at home, they run a sales business. You'll see them all over the place. Jet skis, all sorts of boats. Beautiful to watch. I live my life vicariously through their Instagram. And oh, watch yourself. It's a dug right hull you're watching there, incidentally. Then he took his tracker off, his antenna. What a result. What a result. Just talking through his win there. Well, how about that for drama? We never like to see crashes or incidents, but it adds to the spice of racing life. Seb and Michael managing to get out of their XCAT and to the medical team. Kuwait ending up slightly worse for wear. And then we've got the sharp end of the point stick, HPI Fujairah Racing, as they right XCAT in front of us. Wow. Oh, huge damage to XCAT, incidentally. The sun going down over Kuwait City in the foreground, as our victorious crew come back into view from the shoreline. Boat number 96, HPI Fujairah Racing. Forza Fujairah, Forza Napoli. That's a huge result. They're going to donut. Go on, lads, you've earned it. Wonderful stuff. Don't do yourself a cropper now. There you go. He's trying to throw his brother off the roof there. So what does this do for the championship? Well, Victory get 30 more points and extend their lead by a further 4 over Team GB. HPI Fujairah Racing Team, will they jump up to 3rd in the championship? The flag being proudly held aloft there by our 2nd place team. Giuseppe happy as an XCAT man can be. Fair play to them. It's so hard, and to get their heads, all of the crews in fact, to get their heads back into the game was incredibly difficult to do. They were behind that pace cap for so long. It's so hard to get the competitive edge back, but they are managed to get themselves back into the frame of mind that has ultimately brought them to victory. And talking of victory, Adding that 30 points to their haul brings them to 130 points, which in front of Team GB's 108 is not a commanding lead, but a lead nonetheless. As the championship race really does now come down to victory in Team GB. HBI Fujera Racing, on the other hand, have done themselves no harm here to try and retain their title. It's not completely out of reach mathematically. They are now up to 76 points. They are still in the running, and as we've seen, anything can happen at any stage. We've still got all sorts of shenanigans and drama that could happen at the final rounds of this 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship. A championship that will hit its crescendo in Dubai. We head to Dubai, where competition starts on the 12th, 13th and 14th of December, as the XCATs come home to roost for 2025. The big ending. And so, as we look at the final standings, HBI Fujera Racing Team are winners here in Kuwait. Victory in second, but leaving here top of the championship. Team GB in third, still nipping at their heels. Faz Marine in fourth. They finished the Grand Prix, which I'm personally ecstatic about. Make USA, again, just showing that consistency is key. And Sharjah, after leading the race, suffering from a mechanical failure. So, as we wave goodbye to Kuwait and what has been two wonderful rounds of racing, two wonderful qualifying sessions, and a speed cap run that really did show off what the XCATs can do, all that's left to do is hand over to our winners as we take the presentation and ceremony to you live as the trophies are handed over to our victorious crews. Thank you very much for being with me for this inaugural GP here in Kuwait. It has been my absolute pleasure to talk you through the action. I've been Stuart Borro, and I will see you in Dubai.
It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes. We need to do more.
We are the outlaws.
After a collision, great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?
competitive round is proudly organized by Kuwait Sea Sports Club in cooperation with the Union International UIM. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Kuwait Sea Sports Club, strategic partners and supporters, Al-Boom Marine, Mercury, Honda Marine Al-Ghanem, Marina World, URC United Real Estate, Waves, Al-Sabih, Fayed, and the Yafat Person. Before we begin the award ceremony, we would like to invite on the stage UIM Secretary General Thomas Kurt. Could you please join us on stage? Ali Al-Shamali, Riyal Mullah, Sayyid Khalid Al-Qadri, Minister Al-Amin Al-Barri, Sayyid Ahmed Al-Kushi, Fujairah International Marine Club, Sebastiano, UIM Sport Director, please join us. And Pasquale, XCAT Operational Director. Now let's start the honor. Let's honor the winners of Wave 1 Position 2. In the third place, we have HBI Fujairah Racing Team, Boat 96 from Italy. Rosario Piano and Giuseppe Piano. In the second place, we have Faz Marine, boat number 3 from UAE, Mr. Arif Sufi and Francis Angelini. And the first place is for Sharjah team, boat number 9 from UAE, Mikhail Shaltashi and Sean Torrente. Let's give them a resounding round of applause for their exceptional performance, actually. Give them a hand, our audience. Mr. Pasquale, could you please give the third team their trophy? And they deserve a round of applause, our audience. Mr. Ali Shamali, could you please come forward to the second place? مبروك ألف ألف مبروك. Please, Mr. Ahmed Lushi, for the first place, for the Sharjah team. Congratulations to all. And now, please, I'm asking all of our dignitaries to join for a group photo. And now, we will move for today's race 2. So in the third place, we have Team GP, boat number 8, from UK, Scott Williams and Martin Campbell. In the second place, we have Victory Team, boat number 7, from UAE, Salim Al-Gaidi and Isa Al-Ali. And finally, the team who emerged victorious in today's race is HBI Fujairah, boat 96, from Italy. Direct owner of today's banner.
Number 1 Italy.
Napoli.
Napoli,
Big fans. Brothers.
You get into number 3. 3.
So Team GB 3 and then
And now, I would like to invite Mr. Sebastiano to give the trophy for third place.
yeah, both brothers. And their dad is the manager.
This team
Very not relevant.
Defending
World So the brothers and the dad. He also was
Can you please join them over the dignitaries? I invite everyone to stand and listen to the national anthem of Italy. Please. and we cannot wait to see you next year, inshallah. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the
It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes.
Power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to
We need to do more.
'cause we are the outlaws.
After a collision, great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?